If you're a diehard sports fan or sports fanatic, then this is the place you want to be. You're now listening to the Bra Migos podcast, the best place for all sports everything. So pull up and let's go.
Yo, Bruh Migos podcast. You already know who it is. It's your boy Price and Rob, and you already know how we coming.
Nate, I call ISO. Give me the ball. We going in on these Hall of Fame voters. MLB Hall of Fame voters getting in that ass today. Come on, let's go.
We going at y'all today, and you already heard Rob. MLB Hall of Fame voters. We calling y'all out first. Rob, I'm about to pass you the rock. Give it to him.
Y'all fucking ridiculous. You know, and y'all can hear my voice. I ain't really got it, but I'm gonna get at you. Cause you know what? I'm sick and tired. All of you motherfuckers are bullshit. All of you. Y'all left Gary Sheffield and Andrew Jones out of the Hall of Fame. Y'all ain't voting for these niggas. Y'all, for what? For what? Gary Sheffield, 509 home runs, played 22 years, former batting champion, World Series champion, most iconic swing, one of the most iconic swings in all of MLB history, and y'all leaving him off the ballot. For what? For what? And I just went at, Ty Helton caught a stray, even though I'm still borderline on what I feel like as far as him being a Hall of Fame. But congrats to him. Congrats to Todd Helton. Congrats to Joe Mauer. Congrats to Adrian Beltre for making the Hall of Fame this year, and Jim Leland. Congrats to y'all. I don't want y'all to think that I think you guys stink. The only one, now granted, Ty Helton, I'm still iffy on you, but you made it. You got voted in. But the fact that Gary Sheffield and Andrew Jones, one of the best center fielders defensively in his time, 10-time Gold Glove winner or 11-time Gold Glove winner, 10 or 11 straight years. Y'all leaving him off the ballot. Gary Sheffield, 509 home runs, multiple-time All-Star. Like, what are y'all doing? Because the thing is, as people were saying, you guys are basically just, getting all sensitive and like, oh, this guy didn't like me. I didn't get the good warm fuzzy from him that he felt the way about me that I felt about him. And y'all trying to take it out on him. Y'all basically trying to take people's career achievements away, even though the merit is right there in your face, in my face, in everyone's face. Y'all doing this shit for what? Y'all got an axe to grind against a guy that basically played his ass off for 22 years. 22 years, was basically one of the top players for most of that time. You don't have too many players like that, dude. Like, y'all trying to take this guy's career treatment away because he didn't like me and I didn't like him either. Y'all shouldn't have a fucking vote. You really shouldn't, because that's bullshit. That's absolute bullshit. You got, and you know what they say, oh, well, he had steroids around him and he had that clouded up here in his career as well. Whatever. You got Jeff Bagwell and Craig Biggio, two guys that's in the Hall of Fame that had a steroid teammate that was basically did steroids. Ken Caminiti was on the Astros. You look at fucking Jeff Bagwell's forearms. His shit's like this on this. They're like together, two of my forearms together. And you got that motherfucker in the Hall of Fame. You got Craig Biggio, even though y'all tried to bullshit that man. You got Craig Biggio in the Hall of Fame. Those were two teammates of him, and y'all don't want to basically have that cloud over him.
Pass me the rock back. I gotta get a little bit, son.
Get him, dog.
Look, not to mention, like Rob just said, we talked about Craig Biggio. You know Craig Biggio, especially. Come on, you can't tell me Bagwell wasn't on steroids, okay? You can't tell me. You cannot tell me.
Or at least it was possible.
Look, you've only had one steroid ass dude go to the court. Well, two, but this circumstantial crap. And not to mention one of the best hitters ever who broke the record in home runs. I don't give a damn what some of y'all say about, oh, he hit it with home runs. Son, you still got to be able to hit that ball at 100 miles an hour coming to you. You got to see the change on the ball. You have to see one of the best hitters ever, and Barry Bonds has been left off of this point blank, period. But yet y'all let who slide through the door, and we know some of these guys have been on roids. I know that you can say the health risk of steroids for a person is one thing. If you told me that we're outlawing this because of that, and that we don't want the examples of steroids in there, cool. But here's where y'all fucked up. Y'all already let it through the door. Now y'all being political about who we're taking with steroids, okay?
Yep.
Don't be political about this. Because you have guys who are sitting out there that aren't in the Hall of Fame. If steroids make the baseball player, I want you voters. This is me, Price, Bruh Migos Podcast. Juice up for a year and go hit. Juice up for a year and go hit the ball. Since it's that easy, go hit the ball. Because it's not that easy. It's never been that easy. Why do y'all have a vote? Why isn't this a consensus that's taken maybe more from the actual people who enjoy the sport more than you voters?
Yep.
What gives you the right to do this? I don't care if they elected you or they said my vote counts. Your vote doesn't mean shit because it's people out there like me, Rob, who help support, and we go for Major League Baseball, and we wanted the changes. We wanted the sport to stay on top. We want these guys to get paid. We want people to come see the art of baseball. But yet, in the end, whenever people have given up their life and they've been dreamers and they've been through leagues and they've started from the bottom, and these dudes have had to do it all from nothing to put years and years of sweat and tears and practicing hitting the ball and being out there 6 a.m. and on the road 163 games. For you to tell him in 20 years that because I feel some type of way that I'm going to make sure that you don't go into the Hall of Fame, even though you have every number, every average, everything that says that you are a Hall of Fame baseball player. Everything. People like Andrew Jones went out there for the Braves and put his life out there and was a defensive stalwart out there in center field. But yet now we play the politics game on who's going to go into the Hall of Fame. You can never write a book. And if any of y'all ever decide, oh, I'm going to be against a person like a Bonds, you go out there and hit the ball 760 odd times over the wall, and go face the Greg Maddoxes. Go face the Randy Johnsons. Go be a 3-time MVP before he even was anywhere even near the record.
Yep.
We overlook the facts of that. And y'all do this on a constant basis. Who has employed y'all to do this? Why do you have a vote? I can stand here and firmly say, even if I'm a major member of the media, I don't want to be that dude to hold this guy's career back.
Absolutely.
Why? Why am I going to be that person? Why am I going to undermine his accomplishments in life? And he's went out here day after day and been away from his family and gotten to this entertaining sport. And you could say, well, he made millions of dollars in this. But look what he accomplished, though. He made it. He was a part of the 1% that then became another part of the 1% at the top of it. And yet y'all stand there and act like I'm going to keep him out. If it's so easy, then go do it. Just go do it. Because we're tired of this, bro. We are tired. We are sick and tired. People like Andrew Jones and Barry Bonds, we grew up watching these dudes play. But yet, it's now guys who get to politically finger out people and say, I don't want you. You didn't come give me a hug. You didn't send me a Christmas card.
Yep.
And now look
you
what
didn't kiss my ass.
Yeah. Why does this need to be a ass kissing competition now? Why? This is ridiculous. People in America have loved baseball for years. I can understand a Pete Rose size scandal. Okay? That's a different animal. But you can't tell me I'm going to let this dude in who got roids, but I'm going to keep this dude out. I'm going to put an asterisk next to this. I don't want him, being front and center of what this is. Quit doing that. You want to clean up the league? Fine. Don't undermine those dudes, what they've done if you already have people with steroids in them. Let them guys in.
Right.
Because go ahead, Rob.
No. Go ahead, finish your point.
Because at the end of the day, if you really want this clean, then why are people in there with steroids? It's that simple. Y'all playing politics. Go ahead, Rob.
Yeah, so my thing is like I think kind of how like what the NBA did with the All-Star vote. I think it needs to be more weighted as far as like a fan vote within the All-Stars or within the Hall of Fame because man, writers basically having these biases, having these vindictive natures about what they're doing a disservice to these players. Have it to where there's a 60-40 fan to writer ratio, something where it's like, dude, y'all not doing doing right by these people. Y'all absolutely not. Andrew Jones hit over 400 home runs, 10 straight Gold Gloves. With like in the past, it was like you would have that person go in, point blank, period. 400 home runs. It would used to be like you hit that, yeah, man, you getting in. Then these fucking writers was like, well, I don't know, maybe we should think about this, and just like, or I ain't really like this guy. I'm not gonna vote him in. I don't. No, man, you go with the person's merit. This is supposed to be a meritocracy, not how do I feel about this person. Look at the stats. Look at what they did. This is not something that's fucking rocket science. Y'all basically bullshitting these people, and y'all shouldn't. This is wrong. This is absolutely wrong. All right? Stop it.
At the end of the day, me and Rob weren't Sammy Sosa. We weren't Barry Bonds. We weren't any of those guys. But we enjoyed the entertainment of watching the home run race between him and McGuire. We enjoyed watching pitchers have to try to duel it out with Barry Bonds. We enjoyed watching Andrew Jones trot out in the center field and go up the wall and make catches. Ken Griffey Jr., one of the sweetest swings in baseball, crush home runs. Even the smaller guys, even the newer guys, McCutchen, Ozzie Albies, the new generation of Harper, and the bringing in of the overseas players that are coming in from playing in the World Baseball Classic, and they're coming over to Major League Baseball to be with some of the best are making money in playing. Yet, at the end of their playing career, it has to be subjective to you, a writer, who may or may not have had one bad interaction and decided to hold this against this man for his entire career and try to hold him up of being inducted into the Major League Baseball Hall of Fame. All because that day he may have not had a good day, but yet you decided because he doesn't have one good day with me, I'm going to make sure that I try to invalidate his whole career. Stop it. Matter of fact, get some help. Go seek some therapy. We just had to get at y'all with that. We had to because this shit is fire. And we got some more. We got some more fire coming for y'all. So
very much.
Me and Rob have been talking about this one too.
Yep.
Rings culture. Rings. It's all about the rings. Who has the rings? Okay? I'm going to start with this. It can't all be about rings. Because if we talking all rings, then Bill Russell would be the GOAT. Okay? 11 rings. Okay? That means that we would be saying that Bill Russell was a better player than Michael Jordan.
Or at least Robert Ory.
Or at
Robert
least
Ory got
Robert
7.
Ory. Yeah. Now, with those two, 7 rings, you think that they could beat Michael Jordan and Kareem in the 2-on-2?
Yeah. No.
Exactly. It's not happening. This has to stop. It plays a part. It plays a part. I'm not gonna lie. Rings do they have a certain weight to them. Okay? But before I expound a little bit too much, Rob, go ahead and tell them how you feel about the rings.
Yeah, I absolutely hate rings culture. And it's mainly because when we're talking about individual merit, just like we were talking about with the Hall of Fame, even though I brought up the fact that Gary Sheffield was a World Series champion, it's a difference. And I think that when we do rings culture, we take out a lot of context.
Yes.
So like with, LeBron James, for example. Yes, LeBron James won 2 less championships than Michael Jordan did. But think about that Cleveland one. Think about the one that he won in Cleveland. Think about what Cleveland was before that. Think about everything he's done since then. And you could say, well, he had Kyrie. Excuse me. He brought in Kyrie. He brought in Kevin Love. He got, this X player, this whatever. That was still, he beat a 73-9 team. And they went game 7, and he was the deciding factor. That doesn't get weighted. It just counts as, oh, well, he won a ring. Think about what he did with that. He willed that team to basically win that against a historically great team. And granted, you could also say, well, the context is relevant because, Draymond, lost game 5. What I'm basically putting out in, or Draymond was suspended for game 5. What I'm saying is, when you stack these two players up against each other, when you talk about eye tests, where you're talking about the individual stats, where you're talking about advanced stats, whatever it may be, don't put somebody's team project score and weight that into basically them. Now, if you want to basically say what they did to do that, to make things happen, then that's fine. But don't just say, well, Mike had 6, LeBron got 4, or Kobe has 5, LeBron has 4. Like, what does that have to do with anything? Because I mean, LeBron's one Cleveland championship is gonna mean probably more than, God rest his soul, Kobe, than the 3 that basically he didn't win playoff MVP or Finals MVP because of Shaq, and then the 2 that basically had Pau Gasol with him. I mean, what do you really want to basically say? Like, where is all this shit gonna actually matter? Like, I say basically put saying, hey, this is my big bank. This is my big joker. I did this. Do you have anything that basically tops this? Individual performance, not just team score. Okay. Because we live in a world where even though tennis has a team score, wrestling, golf, all these things that are more of an amalgamation of scores, we really care about the individual. And that's really what we aim for. So why does it have to be rings culture when it comes to basketball, when it comes to football, when it comes to baseball? Why does it need to matter? Rings culture, and also another thing with rings culture, it doesn't have us enjoy the people that are there right now. Because when we're like, well, Wemby didn't win a championship, we're gonna overlook the fact that this motherfucker is absolutely brilliant at the size that he is, and he's a fucking unicorn. Let's not overlook the fact that this nigga's a fucking unicorn. Because the thing is, like, we're gonna miss the good times if we're only looking at the future and what they can do. We're gonna miss a lot of great things. If you really just try to focus on the 20% that they don't have, you're gonna miss the 80% that's absolutely amazing. We need to basically look at, because we tell you guys a lot and we say it a lot over. Enjoy the people that are out here. We're in a time where there's a lot of great shit happening, a lot of great athletes playing. And if we really want to go in and say, well, they didn't win this, like with Shohei, if he doesn't win a World Series champion, he's the best fucking player that's ever existed. He's done things that no other player has done, period. End statement. Just because he doesn't win a World Series ring, or Angels basically were shit, doesn't make him shit. It doesn't make him any less. It doesn't make him anything. Enjoy motherfuckers when they play because they're gonna be gone. And then you're gonna be basically a fucking parasite trying to look at the next motherfucker and latch on to them and give them the same fucking poison of, well, when you're gonna win a title. Who fucking cares? Watch these people play and enjoy them while they're there. Because when they're gone, they're gone. There may or may not be another motherfucker that's a unicorn that's gonna be right there waiting. But enjoy shit while it is.
Exactly. Because I've even broken this down into just a few things. You have talented players who never quite pan out. And you have talented people who have an exceptional workout. These are the people that we speak of whenever we tell y'all, enjoy this. He may not be here forever. It just is what it is. You have aesthetics to a player's game.
Yep.
Think about this. It's always going to be a conversation right now between LeBron and Mike. Okay? LeBron has played the Iron Man game of what Kareem Abdul-Jabbar did. Okay? The one thing that I personally hold against LeBron is he didn't change the game like Mike did. But not everybody's going to change the game. This is the one thing that I fear that's going to be against Steph Curry, Rob. Steph is going to maybe, what he got, 4 right now? Him and LeBron 4-4, I want to say. The people who love LeBron are going to be all over Steph. And then the people who love Steph are going to be all over the people who love LeBron. Because, as we're going to get into another subject later on about the NBA, in my opinion, Steph is changing the way the game is played.
Yep.
This is a person that you have to mark in history because aesthetically his game is different. We had Bird and Magic. Then there was this high-flying, jump-shooting guy came out of North Carolina, and he went crazy. Then we have what I like to call, we had people who made the NBA step the equipment up, like Shaq. Shaq was over here breaking rims every other game, looked like it. So the NBA had to make changes, okay? We've seen things start to develop. In the end, stop putting the weight of the rings so much on the person. Enjoy the game. Enjoy the aesthetics. I know if you want to say LeBron's game may not be the most aesthetically pleasing, but he's a great person. And some of y'all are going to say Steph just shoots threes. He's just a jump shooter. But he's the greatest one out there to ever do it, goddammit. You can't ever tell him. You can't ever tell me he ain't the greatest to do it with this jump shot. I used to love me some Reggie Miller back in the day, but goddamn, Steph is on another level with that shot. He got a shot like a trigger with a hairpin over there. He ain't touching that boy. That boy good. That boy good. That boy good. Enjoy the transcendent players of the league. Enjoy the Shoheis. Don't worry about if he wins a ring. Because I don't know about you. I ain't never seen the dude that can go out there and get 15 strikeouts and then go hit 2 home runs at the same time.
In the same damn game, dog.
Hey, y'all, and for all you people who might say, well, Babe Ruth ain't got a goddamn slider that breaks like what Shohei's out there dealing, okay?
Also, that Babe Ruth never played against black people.
That part too.
So there's that.
Yeah.
Right.
Let's just be real.
Babe Ruth, maybe Dominican, never played against a brother.
Yeah, never.
Right.
Never. So, take that in your pipe and smoke it, people. Now, as we move on, Detroit Pistons, y'all always gonna give us something to talk about as we watch, y'all. It's like watching a soap opera. It's like, as the world turns, Detroit style. We have to get out there. Look, we appreciate y'all for always trying to get better players.
Mhm.
As we speak right now, I want to say that y'all are playing today, but I'm about to say this record that y'all are right now, and it is extremely disappointing. Y'all are 5-40 right now.
Boo boo.
this is bad. This is bad. And I feel for Cade Cunningham because he he
Yes.
he he is a very, very, very. I feel like he can be I feel like he can be that above a level of all star easily. When y'all gonna get better players? When are we gonna sell a house? We gonna open up the checkbook? We gotta do something. We ain't recruiting Eminem to come help us get players or something. We ain't got like all the Detroit rappers. Y'all ain't got like T Grizzly out there
Sada
looking for
baby.
y'all. Yeah, y'all ain't got Sada
T
Baby out
Grizzly.
there. Pac Man, y'all need to get these people out here. We need to get y'all in these streets, okay?
Bodie James, you need to basically help out this.
Yes, this has to happen. I don't know. You know what? Rob, take it away. Rob, take it away.
Yeah, so I fuck with y'all, Detroit. Cause here's the thing where even though Nate basically was talking about y'all record being 5-40, you motherfuckers are like, we're losers. No, we're not losers. We just motherfuckers that lost. And there's a
Yeah.
difference because some people are losers. Some people are just destined to basically be fuck ups and suck. And that's what they are. That's what they feel like. They can't get out of that rut. And you guys are like, no, we have just basically fallen on hard times. We need to basically get up there. We like, look, our chips are just down, our money's down, but we can get back up because we just got it in us. And I fuck with that heavy because the thing is, like, everybody's on this whole tank. You need to tank, you need to go get first round and blah blah blah. Fuck that. I like people that want to win because the thing about it is when we talk about the Sixers and we talk about what they did with the process, yes, they got Joel Embiid. Yes, they got Ben Simmons. But the thing about it was they did so much losing, and when they had the chance to win, and when it was the time to basically think about winning, they didn't really have that mindset because their mind, as far as an organization is concerned, was just really wanting to lose to get more. And when you have that mindset, and when you have that kind of thought pattern of, well, we're just trying to gather as many lotto tickets as we can, sooner or later you're gonna be broke and you're gonna be like, well, what else was I supposed to do to make money? And because your way of making money ain't working. And so I applaud you, Pistons, for being in the Zach Levine sweepstakes, for going out trying to get Deontay Murray, because you guys are like, we have had a lot of bad luck, but it's only been bad luck. It hasn't been what we've thought of ourselves. It hasn't been the mindset of us saying that, oh, we've just basically been losing. No, you guys have been like, we're losing now, but we're not going to lose in the future. We're going to go out and try to be aggressive to go get stuff to basically make our team better. And granted, Zach Levine, I don't know how much that helps you. I don't know how much Deontay Murray helps you. But the fact that you motherfuckers are just basically saying, hey, we're going to give it the college try to go out and get them. That's what I love for teams. Be aggressive. Cardinals, St. Louis Cardinals. I'm coughing, but you motherfuckers need to hear this. Be aggressive. Be aggressive.
Be
Try to go get somebody. Show that you're trying to do something. Yeah, you got Sonny Gray. And I know I just sidetracked. Yeah, you got Sonny Gray. Yeah, you got Kyle Gibson. Yeah, you got, whatever. Where's Jordan Montgomery needs to be on this team? Blake Snell, maybe, needs to be on this team. You guys didn't go out to get, Yamamoto. You guys didn't go out to get, Shoto Imaga. He went to the Cubs. Look, be aggressive. Look what they doing with the Pistons. They basically like, hey, we're dead. We're in 6 feet in the hole, but we can dig our fucking selves up.
digging
Be
out.
aggressive. Do something, motherfucker. You got all this time and space and opportunity. Go do something with it. Expand the payroll. Do something, all right? But excuse me, I didn't need to make this about the Cardinals because I am a Cardinals fan and I cannot wait for March to come. But Pistons, I am proud of you and I like what y'all doing because y'all are basically saying We're not losers. We're people that have lost. And so you guys are actually trying. And I wish other people and other teams would do the same thing and be aggressive. So thank you for being you.
We appreciate y'all for that. We really do. Now, next, Rob, I got the article link because I had to throw it in there just in case you wanted to see it. So,
Yep.
people who love the NBA know that the Bucks, second place, looking really good. They were 30-13 at the time that they decided to fire head coach Adrian Griffin. Okay, and it came with a lot of backlash. Okay, people were
Mhm.
saying maybe Giannis talked to the front office, maybe people didn't want to buy in. But we do a little surfing. You always you gotta be up on your surf shit, and know exactly what's going on. But
Mhm.
Giannis said he was tired of hearing it. Okay, Giannis said, "Look, it ain't me." Okay,
Mhm.
and I was up cruising. It's MSN Sports World News, and Giannis went on to say, one second, because they were addressing the speculations of his relationship with Adrian Griffin and stuff like them, and he even said, "I was coached by him. We did very, very, very well," and he refuted rumors suggesting that player involvement in executive decisions, emphasizing his focus on playing rather than management roles. Okay, so this is what I take from this, Rob. I feel like Doc Rivers might have been player hating on the low because because look, bro, look. Adrian Griffin was on note saying that he had talked with Doc and that Doc was kind of sort of helping him out, blah blah blah. He's
Mhm.
getting tips from Doc. Okay, so I feel like Doc might have dirty Mac his way into the job, bro.
Dirty Mac Doc, DMD.
Yeah, dirty Mac Doc, bro, because it just feels like something like that. Because yeah, the Bucks were like low in defensive efficiency rating, but they were number 2 in the league. And this is kind of unheard of that a coach gets fired. We winning? That's like saying me and you are like we own an undefeated team and we went down to the office and was like, "Hey, bro, we about to fire the coach," and they were like, "For real?" And was like, "Yeah, I'm about to go ahead and get him up out of here." I don't know, Rob. I, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm wrong, Doc Dirty Magdy, but it got to be more to this. What you think, bro?
Bro, what did we talk about before the season? What were our words when we talked about the Bucks before the season? We said that they were going to be worse defensively because they traded away
Yep,
an all defensive guard
player. Yep,
in Drew Holiday before the season for a guy that doesn't really play defense. And we were like, it might work if basically Dame becomes the offensive juggernaut and run offense runs through him, and then Giannis basically being the former defensive player of the year plays defense. But you still lost a big part of that defense, who's now basically making the Celtics a better defensive team. Y'all did this, Bucks. Like you guys went out to go get Dame, and y'all traded away Drew. So why the fuck didn't you think that you were gonna be worse? Like, oh, how do we get worse defense? And granted, Doc is a defensive minded coach, or that's what they say. And so they're thinking that he's going to be the one that's going to implement something, and they got him on a 4-year contract, but implement something that's going to help him defensively. And it's like you're trying to make a pig into beef. You're trying to basically make something that's not what it is into something that you want it to be. I don't know what you're gonna do. You're gonna have a more aging Dame. You're gonna have a more, all these other players like a Bobby Portis that's getting older,
yep.
and Brooke Lopez is getting older, and you're not supplementing them with younger talent that basically is known for defense. So, what do you think you're going to really get here? What do you think you're going to make better? And this might be an effort thing because I know, granted, these are I'm looking at the highlights of when they showed like the defensive breakdowns with the Bucks, but it seemed like they were just like out of it, and that might be a product of with Adrian Griffin because it's if you're saying that, hey, they lost the locker room, if you're saying that basically Adrian Griffin will, rub them the wrong way and they basically not have effort to basically go after that, I can understand that one. I can basically get that you want to basically say, all right, you're a cancer. You're not helping us and you're only making it a detriment to these players. So that I can understand. But getting a Doc Rivers, and granted, he might have been the best option out there because you're not gonna get somebody else in from another team to basically coach your team mid-season. I understand that. And but it's still to the point of like they're not gonna get all that better defensively. They're not gonna change things around all that much. And when you're talking about saying, hey, we Adrian Griffin wasn't a championship coach, and so we're gonna bring in Doc Rivers. What the fuck are you talking about? This is the same guy that blows 3-1 leads.
Blows them.
Notably, record-settingly, much better than anybody else ever. He's a guy that basically takes the what is it? The thrill of victory, takes takes the beat
This
from the
man
jaws of
knows
victory.
how to snatch defeat from the jaws of victory, bro. He knows how
Like
to do this.
y'all got the wrong dude, and now y'all got 4 more years of him. So it's like, yeah, man. And it's funny because like they're now paying, I think, Bud, Adrian Griffin, and Doc all at the same
Yep.
time. And so in a couple years, they're gonna probably be paying 4 coaches at the same time. So it's gonna be interesting, man. Like I don't I don't quite understand it, but
It's stupid, Rob. This is one of the most stupid coaching decisions that you can make on the fly right now. Okay, that's like this is what it's like saying you're cooking and everybody wants the food to have a spicy kick.
right.
But we sold everything with pepper out of the cabinet already. We already sold it. We knew that they were gonna be worse defensively. We had stated this. That's why we tell y'all come watch our goddamn podcast. We told y'all that the Bucks weren't gonna be as good on defense as they were because we're losing a all-team defensive point guard. We want to score. Okay, cool. That's fine. Wanting to score. We win, got Damian Lillard. Fine. Dame drops dimes, gets buckets. Cool. Understand that. What in the hell made you think that we're gonna get rid of an all-team defensive point guard and we're not gonna suck more on defense at the end? I'm gonna give up some defense, gain a lot of offense, but I'm gonna stay in the same spot where I was for defense. It's not happening, bro. It's not happening. And the reason I feel like Doc Dirty Mac this way in, Rob, is because I'm willing to bet I can fix this. I can fix this. And
I got you.
Doc, you do not have this. You do not have this. It's the same thing. You went to the cabinet and they ain't got nothing with pepper in them. Nothing with pepper in them. But yet you telling me the food about to be spicy. It's not happening, bro. It's not happening. I don't care what you say. If you can look, if you gonna try and lie to me, give me a believable lie. Give me a believable lie. If the Bucks go from 21st in defensive efficiency to 18th, that's not enough to to say we're paying 3 coaches at one time right now.
Right.
Y'all, look, y'all not gonna do it. And to end this, I'm gonna quote what Giannis said. I get paid to defend block shots, and I try to stick to that as much as I can. There's people that get paid a lot of money to make those decisions, and those decisions are hard. That's him speaking on the firing of Adrian Griffin. We knew
Mm-hmm.
that they weren't going to be good on defense. Why try to fool me? I might have been born at night, but not last night. Do better. Just do better. Moving on. A little bit of lighthearted NBA before, get a little bit more serious. So,
Mm-hmm.
Joel Embiid. People are thinking this is the current MVP. Okay. Do I think that you're the current MVP? Nah. Numbers down a little bit. Do I think is it me maybe being petty? Possibly. But this is what I'm gonna say. Are you making a strong case for why you should be MVP? Yes. Do I think that it's you? Possibly. What do I think about if you win another MVP? I'm gonna think that you're like Charles Barkley. You may go to the finals, and then the guy who really is the man there is gonna him and his team are gonna fuck you up. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Because that MVP award, sometimes it touches the right hands, and he shows you at the end of the season why he was MVP. Or he at least gets to the finals and shows you why he was MVP. And then sometimes it touches the wrong hands, and I won MVP because y'all thought that I was the most valuable player. And I don't know. MVP for NBA can be so subjective and non-subjective, and I feel like it's not weighted the proper way. And also, because I'm a go ahead and I'm gonna let Rob speak. Do you think Joel is MVP right now? Do you think?
Right now, I would go to yes, because I think I did see like the stat where like he might be one of 3 players ever
Yeah,
that could average like a point a minute.
yeah.
And like if he keeps up this pace, like I think right now he's averaging like I think it said 1.2 points a minute or
Mm-hmm.
something like that. And I do think that that is something.
Yeah.
And I mean, I was looking at some of the other guys I thought would be up there for MVP. So like Shea Gilgeous-Alexander
Yep.
is absolutely one of the MVPs. And because I mean we did talk about like the Thunder basically coming up, or I think we did.
Yeah, yeah, we did.
Because I remember putting in a futures for the Thunder. Now I don't want to talk about what it is because I want it to come true. But I think but like with that team and like the way that they're playing and him being the catalyst of it, I think he is a big part of it. But I think that with Joel and what he's doing, like especially with that 70 game yesterday or the other day, dude is playing out of his fucking mind.
Oh yeah.
And that Sixers team isn't they're good, but I
Oh,
think if you
they're
take
good.
them off of there, they're shit.
Yeah.
Like I think with Tyrese Maxey, I think he's a great player, but like the rest of them is like I don't know if they could really hold up to like where they are in the East, even if they're not the top spot. Like where they are in the East, I don't know if they hold up there without Embiid. And I mean, granted, I think Embiid can't really lose. I think he has to play like either most of the games were left, or like I think he can't. I think he either can it's like 1 or 2 games,
Mm-hmm.
but or he can basically like or he has to play like every single game here on out. But yeah, I think he's the MVP right now. I just yeah, I don't have anybody else that I could think like yeah they are the MVP over him.
Yeah. And with MVPs comes offense. And our next subject might drive some of you a little crazy. It might, give some PTSD. But we gotta talk. Is this peak NBA offense that we're seeing, or is it more to come, or are we waiting on a rule change to come to try to help balance this out? If you've been under a rock lately, as Rob said, Embiid dropped 70, Luka dropped 73 the other night, Cat had a 62, D Book had a 62. And it's like, Jay, these cats are going crazy on offense. Warriors, Lakers the other night was like 144, 143. It was a 1 point game. And
Yep.
granted, not every game is that high, but on average, you're looking at a total of 200 points plus between each team every night. I'm going to say that that's on the low end, at least 200. And me and Rob got to sit up a little bit for y'all. Yeah. Look, me and Rob, we had to hurry up and get on film because we felt like this was also part of the bang of the day. Look, Rob, what are we going to have to do? Because they ain't got no goddamn defense. If it ain't a steal or a block, which some of y'all gonna say, but that's defense. It's more of a defensive action. Hold your horses, goddamn it. What are we gonna do? Cause I ain't saying we gotta go back to 80s, 90s basketball where the scores is low. But goddamn it, Rob, we gotta do something about this defense. What's shaking, bro? What is gonna happen?
So, because I had to actually look it up right now, right? So right now there's a uptick of what we're a point and some change, basically higher than, or not we, 'cause I'm not in the NBA, but the NBA is basically averaging a point and some change higher than they did last year.
Mm?
Last year they averaged 114.7. This year right now it's 115.6. So it's relatively, it's minuscule. So I'm not barely a point. The thing is though, it's not so much that, like, we were just talking about defense and like with the Bucks, for example. Defense is, like Shaq basically put it multiple times on Inside the NBA last week. It's about effort. And if these guys aren't putting in effort, then yeah, they're gonna basically lose. I know we talked about Steve Kerr basically, or I think you had said
Yeah.
Steve Kerr basically was talking about maybe some rule changes and stuff like that. What rules you gonna change? Like, we gonna bring back hand checking? Like, what are you gonna really do that basically you gonna say like, okay, now we can basically get scoring down lower? Because do you want that? Like all these other leagues, like all these other things, like with an NHL when they had a scoring problem, low scoring problem, they widened the nets. When other things had scoring problems, they made more concessions towards offense. Do you really want that? Do you want less offense? Because what? There was a from 2012 to basically now, like 2012 was the last year. 2012, 2013 was the last year the NBA scored less than 100 points, or averaged less than 100 points per game. Since then, the totals are 100, 102, 105, 106, 111, 112. And that's really more because of the three-pointer. So
Yeah.
if you really want to get down to it and get to the nitty-gritty where you have less of these 144, 145 games, widen the court. Like, I know Bomani Jones has been big on this.
Yeah, he
Widen the
is.
court and basically have the three-point shot, I don't know, account for less, but have it to where it's a harder shot to get. Because if everyone's saying the corner, excuse me, if everyone's saying the corner three is the easiest shot and it counts for so much, eliminate the corner three. Like, if you want less scoring, if you really that heartbroken on scoring, have it to where it's arched out more, to where there is no more corner three. Take it out of the game. Like, if it's that much of an issue, because the scoring is going to be there, because, and it's not analytics, it's really just saying, oh, look, that counts for more, I can just go towards that. Make it harder. Make, like, expand out the three-pointer to where less people can do it. And granted, there's going to be more people that's going to try to just practice it more and more and more, but make it harder. Like, scoring is going to be up, and I think like with the amount of scoring that we had like this past week, I think it's really more of a coincidence. I don't think it's anything that's like indicative of a larger systematic problem. I think it was just like a lot of people catching fire at one time, and I
Yeah.
think I don't think we're gonna get that many more 70. I don't think we're gonna get an 80-point game. I don't think we're gonna get more 60s, even though fucking PJ Washington had a 43-point game. But even like, we've had what Corey Brewer have like, 50, 60-point games or whatever. Like sometimes cats just catch hot. And that's what it is. Like it's day night and it's somebody's lack of night. Like somebody was off. So I mean, yeah, I don't know what you can do. And I'm not a huge NBA guy. I don't know what you can do except for make the game harder to play. But yeah, man, this is gonna happen.
I
Like
don't know if we necessarily
this
need
is
to make
inevitable.
it hard. I will say this. The game is heavily weighted to offense.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to say bring back hand checking. Because if you bring back hand checking, I feel like people like Kawhi Leonard are going to have a fucking field day. Hey,
Mhm.
so, and Pat Beverly too. I think if we told him hand checking was in the league, he's in the gym right now, ready to ready to go in.
Bobby
Okay,
Portis.
yeah,
Like
Bobby
you're gonna have a
Portis.
lot of cats that's
Yeah.
gonna be on it.
So right now we kind of got to play defense to a certain extent with an invisible wall in front of the person. So over the years, the NBA has evolved, and we got they came up with illegal defense, stuff like that. But for this, I don't know. Steve did say something needs to happen, but I don't know, Steve, because I'm kind of with Rob, and then at the same time, I enjoy the scoring. I enjoy the alleys. I enjoy the threes. I enjoy the pick and roll, the 5 outs now, and everything like that. But I do understand. I want to see people, just speed up a little bit more. Get slatter that man down a little bit. Let him know that your presence is here. But
You want some resistance.
yeah, some sort of resistance. And Shaq is right, though. Shaq is right. It is about effort. And I hate to do this to you, DeAndre Ayton, but he's a perfect example of I've gotten paid and now I have no effort. This man went on record saying I'm a max player. What do I have to prove? And I cannot lie, Rob, that shook me to the core whenever I read that. And I said, if that is how we are thinking right now, yeah, Portland, you're in trouble.
Yeah, it's not good. That's not good.
That is not good. I'm a max player. No, that tells me that I'm here to get paid, and whatever I give you is what I give you.
I got fat. Now I'm chilling.
Yeah, and it's a horrible way to think. It's a horrible way to think right now for the league, and I hope no player coming into the league thinks like DeAndre Ayton right now. Because if he ever thinks that that's going to win him a ring, unless he's on the bench getting carried, playing 0 minutes, and pulls a Adam Morrison and manages to win a ring without stepping foot on the court, the only way I see him getting. Okay? Because you're not going to say without some sort of effort. I'm not saying that the guy is lack of skill. I'm just saying lack of effort. He's truly saying my effort is done. I have nothing else left to prove. I got the max contract. Nothing else more is needed of me. But like I said, Steve went on record. Steve said, yeah, something has to happen, and we watched them kind of progress. They tried to take out flopping, some people still act here and there. And if you tell me that they're not acting, look, it's some of y'all clearly still acting out there. And it's everywhere. It's everywhere. I promise you, some of y'all take acting classes from 6-year-old children. Whenever y'all get hit, I guarantee this. But with that being said, though, this has to be one of those things where if we're going to mess with defense and try to give defense up, it has to be something that's a skill or something that rides the line of it's going to help affect y'all, but it's not going to be nothing too much. But it's certain things that they put in place that I do enjoy. For example, I don't want y'all crowding the shooter's landing spot. Okay?
Right.
Because he can roll the ankle, this, that, and the other. Cool. maybe we gonna give y'all a customary couple bumps before, like, we get this too much or something, because something has to shake with y'all now, because all of this other stuff that y'all got going on with this, you can't touch him, and then if I sneeze on him, he to the free throw line, and I'm dealing with screens and Draymond kicking me in the nuts and just everything else right now. It can be hard to play defense the way that you want to play without it being like a good steal or a good block or something like that. But in the end, I'm curious to see if they're gonna try to make anything happen to try to maybe say, hey, we're gonna try to tone this down just a eensy weensy bit, just a little bit, just to try to give defense something back. Because let y'all know now, I feel like if y'all put a hand checking back in the league, Mike is coming back and he's going for the record. Okay. I don't know if you've ever seen the hands that Michael Jordan possesses on him as a man, but Mike got paws like bears, and he might come back out there and say, "I'm going to give somebody 15 and 10 points a night. Do the math, how many games I need to get this record."
Right.
So y'all have to be careful with this, and it's going to be a very slippery slope of how the NBA is going to try to maybe balance this, with the flopping kind of toning down a little bit, but I just saw LeBron the other night just not even get touched, but he was out, and then he peeked out his eye. I got the foul, Austin. Yeah, yeah. I'm like, some of y'all are still acting, but hey, it is what it is. We all know somebody shot some is somewhere right now rolling on the floor acting like they just died a bloody murder because they're not getting their dino chicken nuggets. So NBA, this is going to be a very interesting play by y'all. How can we make this happen? What can we do? How can we ride the lines? Are we going to take something away? You can't take Duncan away. You don't really want to put hand checking back. You can't do too much. You can't add any more fouls because these dudes shooting like 90-95% from free throw line now. Maybe Rob is on to something. I don't know if you want to eliminate the corner three. I kind of feel what Bomani Jones is saying, make the court wider a little bit, make it a little bit wider. But then how much wider are we going to make it? Are we going to move the 3-point line back a little bit? Because I feel like Steph wouldn't give a damn. Steph practices. I feel like he's the only person that has like a 35-foot NBA 3-point line built in at his house. And he's like, I shoot from back here, so whenever I get to the real place, it's easier.
Yeah, I mean, Steph and Dame are that. But I mean, looking at I'm just on, basketball reference. In 2011 or 2012, 2013, there was an average of 20, 3-pointers attempted per game. This year it's 35. So I mean, you're talking about more 3-pointers. Like your scoring is gonna go up because there's more. Like, let's see, they made, in 2012, they made 7 per game. They're making almost 13 per game.
Yeah.
Scoring's gonna go up if basically people are just gonna go for the one thing that makes them give them more points.
Yeah.
So I mean, that is also the thing about it. Like 3-pointers have been so refined that it's like, yeah, you're gonna have to basically, like, everybody shoots 3-pointers. Like, you're going to have to basically make it to where the shot that counts for more is something that's harder to do if you want scoring to basically be some kind of controlled. So what are you going to do about that? If you're going to do something about it, you might as well do the thing that's easiest to do, which is widen the court, make 3-pointers harder to make, scoop back the 3-point line, or just basically be like, hey, we got high scoring because we got people that can do it. And you got Wendell Carter basically shooting threes. You got Drummond shooting threes every now and then. Nick Claxton. You got 7-footers shooting threes because they can. Why not?
This is true.
Like, yeah, like nobody wants to just do pull-up jumpers from the key. Like, actually have it to where the 3-point line is harder to do, and you're going to basically have these numbers get lessened because those guys aren't going to practice that shot
Oh,
as
hell
much,
no.
or they might.
You never know.
And now you basically got a whole bunch of people just like really guarded towards, damn near half court.
You already got to do that whenever you're checking Steph or Dame anyway. I feel like it'll be good practice.
Yeah. But now you're going to do that for fucking, Jonas Valanciunas,
If they told me to go check Andre Drummond out there on that 3-point line, fuck that. I'm letting them shoot that bitch. He can have that one. If you can hit that one.
No, I get it. But the thing is, like, when you got so many people practicing, they're gonna get better. They're athletes.
Yeah.
They practice something, they're gonna get better at it. That's how they got there. So I mean, if you got them basically taking these spot up, 3-point shots in games, they're gonna basically get acclimated and they're gonna thrive on it because they've been practicing doing it in front of a live audience. So make it harder. Make it to where they can't shoot it. Or basically make it like a height limit. Like nobody above 6'9" can basically shoot 3-pointers.
If you're above 6'9", you better get your ass inside that line.
Right. So now KD's basically got to really go in the paint and shit. Or you might have to you got to sign them for an exemption to you got to sign for a 6'9" exemption so you can shoot 3-pointers. So like KD, let him shoot, I'm trying to think of like a Dirk, like, all right, he's got to basically be able to shoot. Maybe have something like that. That's gonna have scoring being controlled.
Or give him a license. Look, you gotta be able to pass the license to shoot threes if you're above 6'9".
Right. Like no, we gotta get some people down there. We gotta make sure we got the post basically being taken up and accounted for. So you gotta basically have a couple players that have to be exempt. But everybody else, your big ass better get down in the post. Anthony Davis looking at you.
You better go ahead and give me a goddamn rebound and block some shots down there. That's it you better do. But, ladies and gentlemen, we feel we have been extremely entertaining to you guys today. And we love it here at Bro Amigos Podcast. Like, subscribe, tell your people about us. We love giving you guys content to watch. We love coming on here and doing this. We love coming on here and doing this. Me and Rob enjoy this every Sunday. Be sure to, pay attention, hit those noties, be ready to watch for us. And, of course, we're YouTube, TikTok, we break it up. We're Spotify. We're everywhere, baby. Come listen to us here at Bro Amigos Podcast. Rob, we about to go ahead and get up out of here. So, Rob, let them know how you feel. Tell them, man, we signing out.
Good night, Canada. Good night, Taylor Swift. Chiefs Ravens playing right now. We're gonna get to that, but glad y'all basically suffered through my voice. I'm gonna get better. I'm gonna be back with my deep baritone voice and not getting up there and because my voice is gone. So, but yeah, we love basically giving y'all some content, giving y'all something to think about, something to ponder, something to focus on. But be back next week. We're gonna be right here. Different shirt, but new topics too. Stuff. But same faces. Like great faces.
Same two guys. But we love y'all. We out of here. Peace.
Thanks for checking out this episode of the Bro Amigos Podcast. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe so you never miss an episode.